As the days get longer and the stillness of winter begins to settle in, I notice how I start to hibernate and to isolate myself from everything and everyone around me. I feel a lot of dread around the Christmas season, and the gray skies always start to weigh on my heart. But I'm trying to lean into the beauty of the colder months more, seeing it as a time to focus on my path, to come back to my books, my hobbies, and spending quality time with my loved ones. And so today, I want to share some books and movies that are on my winter curriculum, some activities I'm looking forward to, and just some thoughts on how to keep cozy during this season. Welcome back to the Train Cafe. This is a cozy, creative, safe space for creatives, for book and movie lovers, and for sensitive souls. So welcome back. I am so excited to be back on YouTube because I have not filmed a video in 2 months, I think, but I feel really good to be back here. I'm excited to talk about books today, to talk about movies, and softly enter into the colder months and the winter season. Let me just start with a little life update where I've been. I feel like the past few months have been really busy, starting with me visiting my family in Japan with my significant other, and that was just such a special experience because I got to show my culture to someone that's really important to me. So it was such a wonderful trip, but it did take me out of my life here a little bit because each time I go back home to Japan, I come back feeling very disoriented. September, October was very much me kind of trying to get back into the swing of things. I've just been feeling called to come back to YouTube and kind of focus on it a little bit more, so expect to see more videos from me. Anyways, I want to talk about a few books that I want to read during the colder months. I am categorizing them as books that I want to read until the end of 2025. It's a very ambitious list, so realistically, it's probably more so the books that I want to read during the colder months. What I'm reading right now and what I want to finish hopefully this month or maybe in December is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. My friend gifted this to me for my birthday. It is such a beautiful edition. And I love do you call it edging? I love the edging. So yeah, I've been buddy reading it with said friend. It's a story about Addie who made a pact with the darkness. She is basically immortal, but nobody remembers her. She can't keep any type of relationship. She's basically kind of like a living ghost. The writing is so beautiful. It's so lyrical. The story itself, it just has that kind of melancholy. It's also kind of slow paced, so I feel like it really fits these months because it's such a kind of slower book. It goes really inward, but it's still very magical, and I do have hope that it has a happy ending. I really, really hope so. I've not cried yet, but it has been breaking me slowly, if that makes sense. I also want to read the 5th and final book of the Lockwood & Co. series called The Empty Grave. The series is by Jonathan Stroud. Lockwood & Co. is a YA series about ghost hunters. It's set in a kind of fictional London in the sense that London is plagued by ghosts. The problem is, though, the only people that can see ghosts and fight them are children. So Lockwood & Co. is an agency of basically ghost hunters, and we follow Lucy, the main character, who goes into the agency and works with her peers, Lockwood and George, to hunt ghosts. I wish I'd read it as a child, but I still love it as if I were a child. I am so obsessed with the series. It's so action-packed and with a lot of witty and fun banter. It's so fun. It's kind of spooky, but not too scary, but kind of a little bit scary, and it's just the perfect read, the perfect series for this season in general. I actually read the first 2 books as physical books, I think 2 years ago now, and I was kind of procrastinating getting the next books because I'm trying to not buy as many books and stuff like that. But then I saw that I could borrow the audiobooks from my online library, and I was like, okay, let me just give it a try. And the narrator is so good. She reads the characters how I would imagine them. It's so good, and I have been listening to the audiobooks non-stop. I read book 3 and 4 in the past, I think, 2 or 3 weeks. Now I borrowed the last book in the series, The Empty Grave. It's a bittersweet feeling, like I have to continue because I love the characters so much, and at the same time I'm like, I can't believe the series is ending. To that person on Bookstagram that recommended the series, like, I cannot thank you enough. This kind of changed my life. The next book that I want to read is Vlad, The Last Confession, by C.C. Humphreys. I found this at a book swap while I was browsing a little bit, and it seems to be a retelling of Dracula. I've been wanting to read more vampire books, and I really love Dracula by Bram Stoker, so I felt called to pick this up. I kind of flipped through the pages a bit. I think it has very, like, gothic, beautiful prose and vibes, so I'm just kind of excited to jump into this blindly. Next on the list is The Honey Witch by Sydney J. Shields. It sounds witchy, and I feel like it could be a very uplifting, cute romance book, so I'm excited about it. It's about Marigold Claude, who gets the offer to become a honey witch. It says here, but her newfound magic and independence comes with a price. No one can fall in love with the honey witch. So it sounds like a romantic-y kind of vibe. Next up we have 450 from Paddington by Agatha Christie. This is a German translation, and I found this in a book box, like, for free, I think. I feel like 1 or 2 years ago already. I love Agatha Christie's books, and they're one of those books that I've been reading since I was a teenager. And so I just sporadically read some of her novels here and there because I do love myself a mystery, and I feel like I haven't read a mystery in quite a while, so I feel like it's time, and I feel like these darker, colder months, they're also the perfect time to read a cozy mystery. I guess they're not really that cozy oftentimes, but, like, to read a mystery. And I just, something about her mystery books, maybe it's also like nostalgia for me, but I just feel comfortable with her mystery books. Oh, now I have to translate, oh god. There was a murder in a train, but there's no, wie sagt man, Leiche? So there was a murder in a train, but no dead body to be found. It's a Miss Marple mystery. I don't think I've ever read one with Miss Marple. I'm very excited. I feel like I want to pick this up, like, today. Maybe I will. We shall see. How Do You Live by Genzaburo Yoshino. This is a Japanese book translated to English, and I also picked this up at a book swap last year, actually. Oh, or earlier this year. And I've been kind of waiting to read it during the colder months, also because of the cover, to be honest, because it's kind of, it looks like it's set in winter. And this book is actually apparently Hayao Miyazaki's favorite book from his childhood, and The Boy and the Heron is loosely based on this book, so I've been wanting to read this. It's set in 1937, and it's a school story, so kind of a coming-of-age story. I guess it asks the question about life, like existential questions about life, and I feel like, if anything, winter is a good time to ponder about life, even though sometimes I get really scared when I read stories like this, but I do really want to read it and see what it's about. So I feel like it's perfect for this season, to be honest. These are the 6 books that I want to read until the end of the year, but we'll see if I can actually finish them, because, to be honest, I'm quite the slow reader. I feel like it's very ambitious, but we'll see. Moving on to some movies and TV shows that I want to watch during the colder months. I'm kind of in a witchy, gothic, vampy horror mood lately, and I feel like reframing the colder months to fit that kind of vibe helps me a lot, and has been helping me a lot to kind of stay excited about the colder, darker season. First of all, TV show that I want to watch / rewatch is Lockwood & Co. on Netflix. I watched all of the episodes except the last one. I skipped the last one because I wasn't as far in the book as the last episode went, I think. and then I kind of just didn't want to watch it anymore because I didn't want it to be over. But I feel like when I finish the Lockwood & Co. series, I'm gonna go over to the TV show and rewatch the TV show and actually watch the last episode too. It's such a good adaptation, in my opinion. It's so much fun, honestly, and it's perfect for this season as well. Another movie that I actually haven't watched ever, but people rave about it all the time, is Crimson Peak. I'm very excited to watch that movie because it just looks really cool. And I've just seen it everywhere, like even on Bookstagram I've seen people rave about it, so I feel like I'd really enjoy it. A horror film that I'm really excited to watch is Suspiria. There are two. I think there's a remake of it. I want to start by watching the 1977 version of it and then watch the 2017 or 18 version of it. It's about an American that goes to a German ballet academy and discovers that behind the scenes there's something very sinister and creepy going on. And as far as I know, it's a witchy film, so it sounds so good, and I see that some of my friends on Letterboxd really love the movie, so I'm very excited to watch it. I actually want to watch it tonight, so we'll see. Last but not least, for witchy films, I have The Craft, which is about a Catholic school newcomer who falls in with a clique of teen witches. The poster of the movie looks really cool, and the stills that I've seen look really cool, so I'm excited to have kind of a high school witchy film. So yeah. Last but not least, for movies, I feel like this is the only actual wintry movie that I'm looking forward to watching for now, is Anastasia. I haven't watched a Disney film in ages, so I feel like it would kind of be nice to watch a more nostalgic older Disney film, and that's as far as my really wintry movies go for now. I feel like as soon as it gets to like December, towards the end of December, I will be in the mood for more Christmassy things, but as for now, these are kind of the darker, colder month vibe movies that I want to watch. I also want to talk a little bit about some cozy activities that I want to do during the colder months. Talk a little bit about how I want to keep cozy and also really take care of myself and my well-being, and kind of, you know, in a way romanticize these colder months, but also do it in a realistic way so I don't burn myself out with romanticizing life, because at the end of the day, these things are more so little things that I want to do during the weeks. I want to step away from thinking that every day has to be so whimsical and so cozy and everything, and more so understand that doing things here and there can be really nice and can lift my mood and can kind of change the trajectory of my day, but at the same time it's okay if I just live my life and just do whatever I have to do that day. I've been getting back into crocheting recently. I didn't really feel inspired to crochet anything because I didn't know what to crochet, and a few weeks ago I was on Pinterest looking for some inspiration, and a cardigan popped up, and I was like, this is what I want to make. This is not my own idea. Like, I saw it on Pinterest, and I'm just remaking it for myself. I've been so excited, and I really like doing granny square projects because it just gives me a little boost of energy each time I finish a square, and it feels like I get through quicker because I see how the squares pile up, and making one square just doesn't take that long for me. I'll link the YouTube tutorials of these granny squares down below because they're really great, and they're the ones I'm using for the sweater, so I'm just really excited to get it done. I feel like it fits the season, and also listening to audiobooks while I crochet or watching something while I crochet, it's such a cozy activity. I also want to be drinking a lot of tea. I know this is random, but even making myself multiple teas during the day when I'm working from home, and just like prioritizing my well-being in that way, in a little way during the day, really changes my day. It really does. I even noticed on the days where I have my student job and go into the office, taking my teas with me so I can make them there, it makes the biggest difference. So I feel like hot beverages in general, it gives you a little break during the day and a moment to kind of catch your breath. And I also have been wanting to buy some herbs with my best friend. because I kind of want to buy some herbs and make my own teas and kind of use those herbs for cooking or whatever. And I'm excited to hopefully do that soon. Another activity I get more excited about during the winter months is definitely baking. I'm not a very big fan of cooking, but I really do love baking because I just love giving people baked goods. I have been wanting to make an apple pie, which I have not made yet, so maybe I'll get to it until the end of November. I should have gotten some things today when I went grocery shopping. Oh my god. But yeah. A few other kind of obvious but still fun, cozy activities are movie nights. I really like it's also because a lot of my friends like study film like me, so it's like nice to just meet up and watch movies, but I really love just like hanging out, watching a movie, because I feel like I watch more movies that way, and also movies that I might not watch otherwise, depends. And then you also just get to like talk about your day, like hang out, but also watch a cozy movie, and I feel like it's really one of my favorite activities in general. I also want to get into cozy gaming more. I found my old Nintendo DS a few weeks ago, and I just want to kind of play more on it again because I still have a few games from back then. And I also really want to play a few cozy games on the Switch, so yeah, let me know if you have any recommendations. I've heard of Stardew Valley that I really want to play, and a friend of mine sent me over some froggy games, so I have to check out those for sure. Some other things that I want to focus on during the colder months, just to take care of myself and really prioritize my mental well-being. Reaching out to loved ones is something that's important always, but I feel like also during these colder months, I feel like when we start to isolate or like hibernate, I feel like some of us also kind of isolate ourselves, even if we don't want to, and I feel like checking in with the people that you really cherish is so important. I have to admit it's something that I am not very good at. I have phases where I'm better at it, and when I'm really stressed, I'm kind of bad at it, and I want to get better at it. I want to consciously reach out to the people that I love more and just let them know that I'm thinking of them, and just make sure that we're in contact, because I feel like that's so important to build a community and to really prioritize community even in the months where we might feel a bit isolated in some ways or just a bit more for ourselves. I am trying to detox, like do a little bit of a social media detox and also kind of a dopamine detox, and I don't really know how exactly that's going to look like for me. I do want to stay connected in the sense that I want to build community and I want to be able to meet people. I really do value that a lot, but I just don't want to be caught up in the constant pressure of having to make content, and I just really want to build genuine connections with people and not use social media as something to just push out content all the time. And I just want to live in my life more, and when I am on social media, I want to live in real connections more, if that makes sense, and go from a standpoint of creating. It's been a topic that has been difficult for me to work through, and I kind of want to take these next few months to really implement new habits and also boundaries around social media and figure out what the next steps are for me in that sense. So yeah. And last but not least, I want to start romanticizing my writing more, because I'm writing my hopefully debut novel right now. I really want to finish it in the next few months, like the first draft. But I've been feeling like it's a chore. Every time I have to write, I'm trying every day right now, I've been like, oh, I don't want to write. And it's been feeling like a chore, and I just want to start romanticizing writing a bit more, light some candles, like really take the time to write and see it as a blessing instead of something that I have to do, because it is my dream to write and I want to treat it that way. And I just want to embrace that kind of dark academia, wintry, staying inside writing vibe, if that makes sense. So that's kind of what I want to do as well. And I feel like that will help me reach my goals and also really focus on my own path and my own writing journey, which I'm very excited about. I feel like this video was kind of all over the place in a way, and I've just been talking a lot, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm very excited to be back on YouTube. I have a lot of fun videos planned. I hope that you take some time for yourself towards the end of this year to, you know, prioritize your well-being, be proud of yourself, and be proud of how far you've come. And I hope that you take this video maybe as inspiration to implement some cozy hobbies, to romanticize this month and the next few months a little bit more if you also struggle with it like me. I wish you guys a lovely rest of your day and see you next week. Bye!